Here's the 4-hour price chart for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. As we can see here, we're trading slightly higher to start the week. We're kind of drifting higher here. We do have a bit of selling pressure that has unfolded during the prior candlestick formation here. But in general, we are kind of maintaining this slight upward movement. And as this is occurring, we really are starting to grind through this longer term downward trend line, which has been in place since the middle of May. This would be the May 15th trading period. As this was occurring, prices were reaching highs just above $6 per share. So this downtrend is really starting to complete itself and run its course. And there is some reason to believe that these price movements can continue. In particular, what I would point to would be this downtrend line here in the relative strength index. This is the momentum indicator, this purple line here. And we can see that, as this downtrend started to develop after May 15th, this trend line also started to develop, suggesting that downside momentum was building, in share price momentum. So, but as we can see here, this downtrend here was relatively short term. It was kind of limited in terms of its time frame because we did start to see upside breaks here. So we saw an initial spike through, and then a bit of a retest, and then another further break higher. So in my view, this really does suggest that this trend in momentum has completed itself. And then this really coincides pretty well with this downtrend line that is seen in the actual share price. So, I see a lot of alignment here. And I do think that these two events are connected. I don't think that these are just complete coincidences. We've sort of lost this trend momentum here to the downside as the share price itself is starting to break through this downtrend. We have on the 4-hour chart, as you can see here. I mean, if I really kind of move in here, you can see this green candle here, which did close outside of this this trend line. So that is a positive, and it does confirm the break. We have seen a bit of downside price movement since then. We've reached lows of 453. But in my view, we would really need to see a bit more of a decline here to start to consider this to be a false breakout. I wouldn't quite call it a false breakout just yet. We did see it in a break here and a close above the trend line. So, and then in addition to that, we do have this break in the momentum reading for the RSI. So, those two things happening at the same time does look to me like this downtrend has finished. I think that it's run its course. So, currently, we would still be focused on the top side. There is a lot of selling pressure that's being seen in the broader market within the technology space as well. I suggest people might want to look at the video that I just posted for Meta Platforms, the Facebook parent company, because that stock is seeing massive declines in a very short period of time. And a lot of people are very concerned about that stock because it's really starting to collapse. And I do think that it's dragging on the market more than people might realize. I think we are seeing some pressure here in the technology space that some people might not really be noticing. NVIDIA is also pressuring its kind of recent lows, and it could be on the verge of a major break as well to the downside. So, seeing some selling pressure here is not totally surprising to me. It's the technology stocks tend to travel in the same direction. So seeing some selling pressure here is a bit to be expected. You'd like to see prices rally from here, but if the broader market is starting to sell off, it's not, sometimes it's just not, sometimes it's just too much to ask for one stock to kind of buck the trend completely and start moving in the other direction. What I will say here, though, is that the declines have been muted. The highs for this trading period, this red candle that I'm pointing to, the highs came in at 481, and then the lows came in at 453. So we're not even talking about a full 30 cents here to the downside. So, this might look a bit ominous or bad, but we're only talking about 30 cents. It's really a relatively small price movement. So currently, I am still looking at this as a series of higher lows at the very least, and a possible basing within this broader downtrend. This it is starting to look like this broader downtrend here may have run its course as well, might be at a point of completion, and that we might be ready to start making a reverse here higher. We do need to see some higher highs here first. We really can't say this definitively just yet. But it does look like we're on the verge of turning around here, and we could be on the verge of a major turning point here. I understand that many people that are holding this stock have been holding for quite a while. I'm interested in hearing these stories, and I'm interested in hearing how people kind of came to the stock in the first place. I watched another video recently about Meet Kevin, financial YouTuber, who was one of the earlier people to start recommending this stock. And then that video goes on to kind of outline some of the really bad stock calls that he's made, because there have been many of them. He's just got a series of stock calls that really resulted in 98% declines. That type of loss. I mean, massive losses. So, I think that I think that there was a lot of attention that was being focused on this stock at one point. I think people have started to forget the stock, but some people are still long-term holders and really waiting for the turnaround, and really are showing hands here, and that's not easy to do. I can completely understand. We've all been there, believe me. We've all had positions like this. Anybody that is saying that they have not had a position like this is either lying or doesn't really trade the market. Because this type of thing is inevitable. It's going to happen at some point. There will be very difficult positions like this. But this video that I was watching on Meet Kevin was very interesting, because he's just got a long series of massive trading calls that just lost more than 90%. We're not talking about one or two. We're talking about like 7, 8, 9, 10 different videos. And he's got a large following, so there are a lot of people that are going with this advice. And it looks like a large amount of people lost money. That was really the title of the video. Meet Kevin makes money from YouTube, but his viewers lose everything, or something like that was the title. Because it's just a series of trade calls. This is not one or two uh, from this YouTuber. So I am curious to hear how many people kind of found the stock. I think there are interesting stories here. And there is something to learn here from everyone, because, this has turned into a difficult position for many people. And I can completely understand. Anybody that says they can't understand, has not really traded the market, because everybody has to encounter a trade like this at some point. So I am definitely interested in hearing everybody's story, longer term stories about this stock. So here's the market analysis for today. Stock ticker NIO. This is for NIO Incorporated. Stock ticker NIO.